my name is Michelle Wiederhold, and today we're going to be making bow tie pasta with a lemony blush sauce. First of all, let's look at our ingredients that we have today. Starting off with a 19.5-ounce package of sweet Italian turkey sausage. We also have one 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. We have 1/2 cup of freshly grated Parmesan cheese. We're going to be using the rest later for our garnish. We have 3 cloves of garlic that is finely minced. We also have the juice and zest of 1 lemon, some fresh basil from our garden, basically about a small handful or about 4 to 5 tablespoons. And lastly, our star ingredient, which is our Philadelphia cooking cream, the original flavor. We're going to use 1 full tub of this. We're going to make our sauce super creamy and delicious. All right, and we also have bow tie pasta today. This is actually a kind of a remix of my mom's pasta she used to make for us as a kid. She always used the bow tie pasta, so I'm not going to deviate from that today. We're going to definitely stick with this. It's super good. All the sauce gets little nooks and crannies. It's really delicious. All right, so I've already got some water boiling over here. I added some salt earlier. The salt does 2 things. First, it adds the only flavor, only seasoning really you're getting for the pasta, and it also brings the temperature up on the pasta right away. So we'll get that going, give it a quick zhuzh here, get it going, and that's going to cook about 7 or 8 minutes to get to al dente. Great. Now in this pot here, we are going to do our turkey sausage, and actually this is a good time to mention that if you want to make this even quicker, you can absolutely use pre-cooked turkey or chicken sausage. I like to keep it a little healthier, so I kind of steer away from the pork, but you can use whatever you like. And if it's already pre-cooked, you can just heat it through in the pan to get a little bit of brown on the edge, and then it's going to be even quicker for you. Great. So I've just sprayed the pan with a little bit of cooking spray. Got it over pretty much medium to high heat. Going to get these on. And these are going to cook for about 15 to 17 minutes. And I'm kind of going to turn them periodically. And they need to be covered as well. So I'm just going to keep checking on these throughout the rest of the recipe. Great. Get a lid on that, and that is good to go. Now on to the star thing. That's going to be our sauce. Let's get our pot started basically over medium-high heat. We're going to put a couple tablespoons of olive oil in to get us started. Give that a second to heat up. And some things I wanted to mention was that when this original recipe is actually, we used to use heavy whipping cream, which is a great ingredient, but it takes about 20 or 25 minutes to get this sauce, to get that really creamy texture that you really want to coat all of the noodles really, really good. So finding this Philadelphia cream cheese cooking cream is amazing. Like, it's making my life so much easier, and it'll make yours easier as well. Great. So the olive oil is heating through. Let's get our garlic in. The garlic only needs about 30 seconds to a minute. You don't want to overcook it. Garlic burns pretty easily, so you just want to get the flavor kind of infused into the oil right now. So we'll just get that going in the oil. Just going to turn this up just a smidge more. And you always want to keep checking on your pasta, making sure it's not sticking to the bottom of the pan. And actually, while the garlic's going, I'm just going to turn this sausage really quickly as well. So it's looking great already. So the garlic's got about 30 seconds on it, so we can start adding the rest of our ingredients. We have got the diced tomatoes that are going to be going in, as well as our tomato paste. Okay, so I'm just going to move this around a little bit in the pan. We're going to cook this for about 1 to 2 minutes to get it heated through. While we're doing that, I'm going to get the rest of my ingredients started. I've got some fresh basil from my garden that I'm going to pretty much just do julienne, kind of a dice on it. Just make sure it's nice and broken up. And you really want to use fresh basil here. It just brings so much flavor to the dish. And I mean, if you just have dried, that's fine as well. But just the fresh just really adds something to this pasta dish. So got the basil going. Great. Just a quick rough chop on this. All right. Check on our our sauce over here. Looks like it's going pretty well. Let's add our Philadelphia cooking cream. We're going to add the whole tub in now. Look at how creamy that is. Absolutely delicious. Stir this in, and you can just see how easily it melts in here. And it's taking this bright red sauce to almost this pink blush sauce here, which is exactly what you want. You want it to be nice and creamy, so it coats all of these noodles just wonderfully. Great. Break this down just a little bit more. All right. Okay. Okay, so now you can see we've got this beautifully pink blush sauce here. And we're just going to let this go for about 2 or 3 minutes, just so it's nice and bubbly. And before we do that, I'm just going to add my last 2 ingredients. I want to add this towards the end. Just going to add in most of my basil. I'm going to leave some for garnish just because it's so beautiful. And I'm also going to do the lemon right over the pasta. Just going to zest this over the pasta. And we're just doing the outer layer here. You don't want to get the white pith. You just want to get the bright yellow, vibrant zest from the outside. And actually, the zest has more flavor than the juices. So you really want to make sure you get all of this yummy goodness in here as well. So, great. So I've got the zest in there. Knock that in. Just going to cut this in half. And if you don't have one of these nifty juicer things, I would recommend doing it in a separate bowl because you don't want to get any of the seeds in here, but this catches everything, so this just works out nice for me. Just going to squeeze that right in. Oh, look at all that beautiful lemon juice. Great. Do that. Last half. All right. One last look before we go to break here. All right, well, we finished all of our components of our pasta dish. Now let's put it all together. I have got the pasta that I've drained, and I just reserved a little bit of the cooking liquid just because I want to take a look. The sauce is really thick here, and I do want it really thick. I just don't want it to be as thick as that. I want to make sure that it coats all of the pasta evenly. So you kind of just judge yourself. Just put a little bit of the pasta liquid in there, move it around. You still want it to be thick, but you want it to be loose enough because you've got a whole pound of pasta here. So you want to make sure that it coats all of the pasta. Fantastic. Let's put everything together. Great. I'm going to put the pasta in. There we go. Great. And then I also have my sausage that is fully cooked that I've cut in little rounds here. I want to make sure that you pretty much get a bite of sausage in pretty much every bite. It's important to get a little bit of the sauce, the pasta, the basil, all of that. So actually I'm going to switch to these great little tossers here. And this way I can get all the way down to the bottom of the bowl. All right, so we're tossing all this together. This feeds, I would say, about 6 really, really huge portions. If you're having a lot of people over, you can feel free to double the batch, but this just makes so much. I mean, look at this. This is like this will feed an army pretty much. Look at how it just coats so beautifully. That blush sauce just looks amazing in there. And the bow ties are so pretty. And then we're just going to add the ½ cup of freshly grated Parmesan cheese that I have here. Just make sure that gets in there as well. All right. Now I'm just going to get myself a little bit because I've been waiting all night to have this. Let's get some of this in here. They're great. And I always do everything right in the pot that I make it in. So make sure you pick kind of a pretty pot. Make sure it's big enough that you can get everything in here. That way it's less cleanup, obviously. And it just looks pretty. And you can do it right from the stove. No muss, no fuss. All right, so I'm just going to add the little bit of fresh basil on top here. And finish it off with just a little bit more freshly grated Parmesan cheese because we never have enough cheese. Great. Let's try a bite. So good. Right away, I get the basil, the lemon, that blush out. So it fills up your cream cheese. The cream is amazing. The cream is amazing. It makes it super nice, creamy, delicious. It's a great summer meal. It's absolutely delicious. Enjoy, you guys.